Hey there, fellow weavers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Medieval Dynasty. Episode 11, Bounty from the Farm Spun into Bundles. I think I'll probably set this next up with a thatch roof for speed. And once we get like an abundance of... let's change the layout of this house too. A window out to the river, no other windows. Okay. Once we have an abundance of wood from our woodcutter, I'll replace the thatch roofs with proper tile ones, but it just takes so long to cut the trees down myself that I don't want to waste time like that. So, straw for now. What time is it in game? I'm running out of daylight hours. I was thinking of trying to bring the other set of hammers to market, sell the hammers and hire someone, but that might be a tomorrow morning task, given that it's almost sundown. Well, let's go fetch the giant stockpile of stones that we have, and I think... Let's see. The rye field is 34 out of 39 sown. The oats field is unfertilized, but grubbed. The flax field is mostly unfertilized, some unsown. And then the carrot field hasn't been touched. And you can see in the inspector mode, the status. All that really matters this season is that the rye field is fully sown. That's the most important, because that has to happen before end of season. But given that it's only the end of the first day and it's almost fully done, I have no worries about that being done in time. Alright, eating a full wheel cheese. Totally normal. How do you set priority? You don't. The priority is more or less like proximity to the farming shack. So if you want them to prioritize, the best way to do it is to actually just stop managing the other fields, and they'll prioritize that way. I think what I want to do is to make, because it's the end of the workday, to make some of the logs... Oh, I should have grabbed the logs. To make some of the logs that we have into firewood, so that we burn the firewood. And then I won't need to worry about running out of wood between days, if I have some designated firewood. My worry is, up until this point, that I would use all the logs available and then leave no logs left for burning, to keeping the houses warm. So doing this helps to prevent that issue. So now if we take a look at the management, I've got probably about 160 units of firewood. So we can't like, oopsie, no wood left for you guys. Another thing that we haven't faced yet is condition. So buildings will break down over time. Lower quality buildings break down more frequently. So if I was making like really crummy wattle houses, they would require regular maintenance and repair. Stone houses require less maintenance and repair, and they're also better insulated, which is why I just skip wattle and wood and go straight for stone, because it's the best. But even stone houses will require, like, its thatched roofs replaced every now and then. So I should keep an eye out on that. And the game will throw flags, like alarm flags of when buildings need maintenance and are in disrepair. And if it happens to a work production facility, the work stops when the building is broken. So it becomes very obvious and very critical that you maintain things quickly. Oh, I forgot my torches. I also think I have a box full of torches that I forgot to bring to market, too. I have a bunch of torches and a bunch of copper hammers to sell. So, 1, 2, 3 more logs, and a bit of stone, like 30 stone-ish. It's probably going to be faster for me to just forage stone from the ground. It'd be a little bit more profitable for me to like go into the mines, but I'm just going to try to get this built sooner than later. And there happens to be an incredible amount of stone just like sitting here on the ground, so don't mind if I do. How does the Dynasty part play out? To be able to expand your village population, you need Dynasty points. And then you eventually can romance villagers in your village, or a villager in your village, to have a wife. And then you have a kid, and that becomes your Dynasty. So that if your character ages out or dies, your kid takes over. And that's the whole Dynasty part. I think it's safe to say that...
put on something warmer.
Oh, I'm getting a little cold. It's pretty safe to say that, like, it's a little bit early for me to try to romance people because I'm not very well established yet. But at some point, when it becomes a little bit more reasonable, I can start to try to romance villagers. Additionally, after I do a little bit more trade, in the diplomacy tree, you have the ability to get more Dynasty points, more experience gained from diplomacy activities, more affection points when flirting and giving gifts, and then, really importantly, empathy, revealing NPCs' personalities during conversations. I would like to get empathy before I go for a relationship, because there are different personality traits that people can have, and it becomes kind of obvious what kind of traits they have just by talking to them. But there's like romantic females, conceited females, free-spirited females, so on and so forth. And they have different dialogue options and different wants and needs from one another. So we've got our rancher house, we've got our pigsty ranch, and we're ready to potentially hire a rancher. But until I can buy some animal feed, I probably want to hold off. Actually, you know what?
I need more cloves or some fire.
I might be able to do that now. Let me double check. So the animal feed recipe, I actually can make some animal feed. Never mind. So I need 49 of my oat grain to sow the oats in the spring. And I need some of the rye grain. How much of the rye grain do we need? Let's see. Management. We have yet to sow 15 of it. So I'm going to buy the schematic for the animal feed. And I can only make 7 of it. But yeah, let's make 7 of it now. Because we're bottlenecked on straw. Yeah, you can also romance people before they move into their village. I don't intend to. So we still have plenty of oat and rye to sow, but we have some more animal feed to be able to take care of pigs. It's not a lot. We would need more, but it's a start. So the question is, I have everything I need to... I wanted to show how to figure out where to buy animals. So let's go talk to Nysad and ask him where to buy pigs, because he would know.
Hail, friend.
Where can I find farm animals for pigs? In Clonica.
So long.
So if I wanted to buy pigs, I would have to go all the way up to Clonica up here to buy them. And this might be a case where I take the wagon instead of walk when I buy pigs. I'm going to decide on the next thing I work on, which is going to be build a sewing hut, because I'm getting quite cold in game as we're heading into the winter, and I would like to be able to make my own clothing. So, sewing hut time. One of the advantages of the sewing hut is it's going to allow me to use all of that lovely flax shafts that I've amassed, turning it into linen thread and linen cloth. And then also warm the hell up, because my butt's gonna freeze if I don't make some warmer clothing. And I don't know about you, but frostbite sounds bad, so in the interim, do I have one of the temperature potions? Because if you see my health bar right now, I am taking damage. No. Okay. Well, I guess I'm just taking damage until I get the sewing hut done.
I need more cloves.
I know, man. I'm working on it, dude. Just wait a minute. Hey, bud. I have a weird question for you guys. Have you noticed, because I haven't noticed, whether my wife is taking Yoda out? Because I might need to let him outside to go to, as you so aptly phrased it, Madame Latrine. He's kind of looking at me like, hey, when's my turn going outside? So we're not in winter yet. It's just like the first day of fall, but I'm already like freezing my butt off. You haven't noticed him going outside? Okay. As soon as I'm done with the sewing hut, I'm gonna run him outside real quick. Although he's chilling for now. Most of the warm clothing is also going to cost me some schematic points. Whoa, Jesus. That tree was trying to kill me. It like splintered and like jumped back at me. Bad tree.
Ooh, I should better warm myself up.
Is there a repair mechanic for items? No. There is not. There is for buildings, though. God, where are all the reeds? They're all over here, aren't they? So even with like a field full of flax, oats, and rye, occasionally you still need to pick straw. Once we're very well established with all 3 fields being harvested and sown yearly, the need to manually pick straw will obviously go down a lot. Unless we are making tons and tons of animal feed. Okay, that's probably enough.
Ooh, I should better warm myself up.
I am just about half dead. From the cold. The villagers, however, rely on firewood supply for their houses, so they don't freeze in the same way that like the player does. In fact, if we walked over to Nysad or Delbora, you would see them a little bit more bundled up. They don't have equipment inventories like the player does, in other words. Yes, and I was cold, and I decided to swim across the river next to the bridge. Yep. Just rad things. And luckily I can rub broadleaf plantains on my wounds to keep me from frostbite. So I need 2 more logs and we'll be done with the sewing hut. I hope my axe can handle that. I kind of want to leave these maples because they're like my backyard maples. I don't want to deforest them. And then once I have the warmer clothing, I'll need to like run around and collect the plantains to recover all the health that I've lost as a result of cold. But the plantains are kind of everywhere. As you can see, they're probably the most common plant that you can scavenge, and they're 3 seasons. Spring, summer, fall, you can scavenge the plantains, so they're really easy to amass for healing. Alright, let's get this done, though, so I don't actually die. That'd be hilarious. So here in the patterns, we have standard clothing, decent clothing, great clothing, padded armor, backpacks and pouches. Obviously, I'm going to want a backpack, and mounts. Miscellaneous, like bags, which allow us to farm more efficiently. And in standard clothing, there's basic, simple, and winter. And I am going to... I don't have any leather, but let's get the pattern for winter bracers, and then I'll hunt something for the leather now. The other thing is we can spin. I'm going to get the pattern for linen thread, and I'm going to spin all of the linen thread that we have, or all the flax into linen thread, and then some of that linen thread can become linen fabric. Usually I do about half thread, half fabric or so. It depends on what projects I'm working on. So ideally, what I'd like to do, and I'm going to temporarily just consume a bunch of these plantains to not die to the cold, is I would like to hunt for like roughly a full set of winter clothing, or at least enough to stave off hypothermia. So that's my next goal. Taking on my torch and my arrows and all that jazz. Hunting at night's going to be a little tricky. I can put away my hammer and my axe because I don't need that where I'm going. So spear, bow, knife. Yep. And the closest wild animals for deer is up there. Oh right, equip my arrows. You know what? I might need a few more arrows. Don't have a lot, and I wouldn't want to run out in the middle of the fight. So here in weapons, can I buy bronze arrows yet? No. So copper arrows. I just bought the pattern. So before I go hunting, let's make sure I have a few more arrows because I'm really low. Which means, actually, I'm really not that encumbered. So let's just grab our pick and use this pick until it breaks. Grabbing copper from the mine. Because I'm down to like 4 copper arrows, and copper arrows are really cheap to make bulk. One copper bar makes, I think, 15 arrows? So it's not that expensive. Also, I think it's a little bit warmer in the mine. I'm not facing the same level of hypothermia in here, I guess. Well, I said I'd mine until my pick broke, but I'm out of carry weight. Out of the wind, maybe? I don't know if there's that kind of like atmospheric conditions. I think it's just like inside versus outside. It's also potentially time of day related because at night it's coldest. So it is 4 in the morning. It might be warming up. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is I don't have hypothermia problems at the moment. Cheers. There it goes. But we'll be solving this in short order. So it's not building a sewing hut anymore. Make winter clothing. Them's the priority. My copper axe is about to break, so it'd also be a good idea for me to replace it. because I don't have it on me right now, but I know that it was like nearly broken. And then also making another copper spear might be nice as well. So let's start with the axe, or replacement axe, and for that we need 1 log, which I don't have. And the same is probably going to be true of the spear too. Yeah, I don't have the log. So let's do 3 arrows, and then I'll wait for later in the day when I have the copper for the other tool, or the logs rather, for the other tools. So I just made 30 copper arrows, so now I'm up to 34, which is fine. And I'll just put the rest of the stuff away. Okay, hunting time. So the first pattern I picked was the bracers, because all I needed for that was leather. But the other patterns I have are going to need fur as well. So depending on what you hunt, like deer and boars and bison give you leather, but like bears and wolves give you fur, and same with bunnies. So what I could do is hunt bunnies after this for the leather. Yes, I speared it and it's embedded. You're not very smart, are you? Ran straight at me. Brilliant! That is what we call in the business a freebie. Oh, and my leveling of hunting went up. So, I'm going to get... Steady hand would be really nice. Steadier aim with ranged weapons, or less noise when sneaking. But instead, I'm just going to get hunting knowledge, so I level up hunting better. Where's the one I stuck with the... I think that one, because it's grunting. I believe I missed. Yep, there's my bronze spear. I could just chase it until it bled out from having a spear embedded in it. But because copper arrows are just cheap to make, it's feathers, sticks, and copper, and I have a lot of copper, I'll just shoot it. Ugh. Ran out of breath. It's also bleeding everywhere. At this point, it's gonna sanguinate just because my aim sucks. Where'd it go? It's a stag. I can hear it grunting. I think it died. Yep, it died. I broke the copper knife, but we have a spare. And I'm not currently hypothermic. So, because it's, you know, more midday and I've warmed up. Let's go make those bracers and then work towards a winter coat, which is going to be the most insulating. The pattern might be pretty expensive, but in a minute, not a minute, in a bit, the markets will be opened, and we'll be able to go to town and sell all of our excess goods, hire someone to work in the pigsty, and then earn money for better patterns. So these winter bracers, let's see, give me 5% cold protection. Nice. So my cold protection is up to 21%. Putting away the rest of the materials, and then I'll work towards another I'll work towards the winter coat. So the winter coat, I can buy. I have all the leather, so at this point I need 12 fur. So I'll be hunting for that. Before I go for that, let's cook the meat I've got. Just because I know the people in my village are running low on food, as am I. I'm kind of hungry. Oh, they might be flirting. We might have a couple soon. Alright, taking a look at the management. Food's good, water's good, wood is low, but fine. Alright, if I want furs, we can go after bunnies. So there's bunnies to the north. Or foxes to the west. Let's do foxes to the west. I don't have the equipment to go after, like, wolves or bears reliably, so we're gonna have to go after smaller game for fur. Well, we don't have to, but I'd rather not, like, commit suicide by trying to take on a bear. Oh, God, we just entered bear territory, too. So where is... The bear is right where the fox... Okay, never mind. There's a bear this direction, and I am not doing that. So, pivot. Actually, let's tangle with the wolves. How many healing? I have 3 healing potions on me? Yeah. You know what? Let's get spicy. If I can spot them ahead of time and snipe them, they're a lot easier. Oh, yeah, here's one. Dead. Dead. I like how the combat music's like, combat? No, never mind. And, see how the icon is now grayed out? It means I've killed all of them. So there will not be any more wolves this season from this, this spawning zone. I is a wolf hunter. Bears, if you were wondering, are not that easy. I'm not going to be able to just do that, what I did to the wolves, to the bears. Bears are tanky, scary, murderous, savage, and not to be messed with just yet. Next up, let's do bunnies. They'll be pretty easy. And we have 8 of the 12 furs we need, so we're getting pretty close. Here's a bunny. One or two more buns and we're done. There is a skill in the hunting tree. Tracking animals in inspector mode. I'll probably get that next point. Because being able to spot animals in inspector makes hunting a lot easier. Because they show up brightly. Okay, cool. We have our winter coat's worth. Nice. Cheers. Yeah, and a little bit of fur to spare. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow you guys to vote on what I work on next. If you want me to continue crafting winter gear, feel free to vote for winter gear. If you want me to... And whatever ends up happening right now, I'm going to go and get my pigstyer regardless, because I know that's like low-hanging fruit, and I'm going to do that. But after I get my pigsty, if you want me to improve my winter gear, you can vote for it. If you want me to improve the village, you can vote for that, so on and so forth. But here we go. Getting a winter coat. And a winter coat gives you 15% cold resistance. I probably don't need more winter clothing. Besides my winter coat and my winter bracers, it's probably going to be enough to keep me warm. But I could keep going if you want. For like boots and trousers and everything. Another thing that would be wise, improving my gear. So there's the winter coat. And now my cold tolerance is a lot wider. The other thing that I could do is to get at least a simple backpack. Actually, you know what? I'm going to unlock the schematic now for the simple backpack. And then go get the leather for it. I'm not even going to wait to pull on that. Because I've been dealing with encumbrance enough. So we'll just go ahead and do that, regardless of the pull. So for that, I need a little bit more leather, but not much. And my basic shirt, I'm going to put away so that I can switch back to it in the summer when wearing winter clothing would cook me alive. So it seems to me like you guys want me to continue improving my gear. Got it. So I'll crank out a full winter set. A big reason I'm really eager to get the pigsty up and running, not so much honestly about the fertilizer. Having someone tending pigs will actually level up my farming technology, getting me closer to being able to get a donkey shelter, which then gives me a mount. I'll be able to buy a donkey and ride it, and add saddlebags to it, and be able to move around a lot more easily, which is just a massive boon. Oh god, I shouldn't even use my spear. This is just... it's embarrassing. My people do not need winter clothing now. Right in the head. Oh, you jumped! Oh my god! I mean, it jumped over like terrain, but what timing? I don't... I'm sure the arrow's like somewhere down there. But because I can mass produce copper arrows now, I'm not too concerned about a missing arrow or two. Plus, they stick around. So I can always happen upon it in the future. Where did this one go? Where's your head at? Damn it. Really juked me. Alright, I'll take a different one out. Oh, yeah, it's you. You circled all the way back around. It really juked me. Gave me the runaround. Alright, if you haven't voted yet, feel free to do so, because I see it's tied. Thank you for tuning in to Medieval Dynasty, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a marathon. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind I've asked for no spoilers, so don't spoil it for anyone else in the comments. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow medieval Dynasty players.